ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again, sitting around contemplating the future of my family, my community, my state, my nation, and my world. In that order. And knowing that it is truly a simple matter, because the basic essentials for success in the one is the same that is required in each of the other. And so it's just an extension of one truth being brought to its limits of usefulness at this point and at this time. I wanted my daughter to come and pick her clothes up off the den, and I think she might have wanted to think because I'm speaking to you that she had an excuse not to do it. So I just threw it in there. But what I'm really trying to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, is this. I am a social scientist. Now, I don't know what it means to you to say that I'm a social scientist. A lot of people put a lot of credit on credentials, and others don't. And even those who have been given high accolades perhaps aren't that worthy. But what happens in any situation is, where is truth? It is only truth that frees us, not ideologies. We know that. For those of us who might not can identify with the history way back there, we can with that not too distant future, not too distant past. We who are Republicans, we know quite well what happened when the Republicans and those conservatives were in office not too long ago. Those of us who are Democrats, and you know what you represent, and not that long ago, the Democrats were in office. And when you look back at our country over the past 16 years, were there any major differences? Anything outstanding that made one stand out above the other? Well, the truth of the matter is that what it really produced is an outside candidate, a candidate who really represented no particular party. In essence, only represented his own mind, his own ideas, and his own will. But he had what most people have grown to think is God. He had his own God. That's money. He wasn't financed, supposedly, by other gods, by the corporate gods, by the big banker gods. No. He had his own gods. And the American public, stuck on God still, they like that. This man has his own God. And he's going to come in. He knows what's happening out there. He has seen it all because he's been out there with it all. And now he's telling us stuff we have known all along. And he's going to come in and he's going to do it for us. He's going to do it for us. And they said, oh, the other side said, oh, but he's the devil. He's the devil. And then the other party that was being represented, all the people now are saying, oh, that's the devil. That's the devil. That's the devil. So when you look at it, the American people from outside America, you got two demons sitting and standing before the American people saying, I want to be your devil. And the people are saying, well, my devil is a lesser devil, so I'm going to go. And the people go to the polls. And then they vote for the devil. Now, those who empowered the movement, who said, oh, he's going to do it for us, didn't realize that he truly was a devil. They didn't realize he truly was a devil. They forgot that if he was his own personal billionaire, he was already a devil. You don't become that unless you are a devil or unless you're playing games in tune with the devil. That's the only way that's going to work in the societies of the world today. They are so designed for it to only happen that way. But these people didn't know. And now when he gets in office, he laughs at them. Those people who called him devils, who were in the political arena, all start falling in line. He knew they would. Why? I don't know. I guess they all got something to hide. Or they got bills to pay. They got mortgages and they want to be able to pay those. They've been playing the game for quite some time anyway, and if the records were known, then they'd be embarrassed, so they continue to play the game. All of these are excuses why people continue to play the game. But the game is designed to mess over the people. And the people don't really know it, but what is actually happening, the game is designed to hide the Almighty God. The God that you can't see, you can't put your hands on, you can't touch it, but is responsible for all existence. Wants to get representation from all that is created. And everything gives representation of God like it's supposed to, except human beings. Human beings got choice. Well, I don't know about those other animals and things. What I'm talking about is human beings. We got choice. But we don't give allegiance to God. To give allegiance to God means we respect God's creation just as God respects us. We recognize that everything that God makes is good, and so if we're going to live as a community on earth, then we must live good, beautifully, heavenly, divinely. That means that our dreams come true. That means that those things that are essential for our survival, and they're common survival issues, every last one of us must have access to it as if it were just the whole earth for this one, and at the same time it's the whole earth for this one family. And so this is how it works. But then somebody comes along and trick you and actually tell you that you are more important than someone else, that you are smarter than someone else, that you are connected to them and they are connected to God Almighty, who has ordained them by calling them kings and queens and princes, pharaohs and Caesars and popes and elders and preachers. And everybody got some authority over you. Everybody trying to tell you which way to go. And you're living in a world that's not working for you. It might be working for some, but not working for you. And where are you and your demands for that power? Well, there has been a plan set up. Every now and then, that power will reveal itself to individuals. Like Moses. It was revealed to Moses through a burning bush. All of you know that one. And I'm just going to tell you about mine. It was revealed to me in a... And that's all it took. That's all it took for me. See, it's not for you to believe that I saw a miracle. The miracle opens up my mind, opens up my eyes, so I can see the truth that I used to couldn't see. I used to was believing exactly what you believe. But the miracle opened up my eyes to see beyond that. Now, I don't have to tell you about the miracle, try to get you to believe that. All I got to do is represent. Represent, because deep down inside, when I say that you pray every day, every night for those good things, when you pray for those things that I talk about, I'm telling you that they are there for you. That you just got to stop serving the other God and start serving the God of truth by loving yourself, by honoring yourself and respecting yourself, knowing that God lives in you as much as he lives in any and everything else. And the beauty of God is in you. And you can be beautiful. Why? Because now you are a lover. You see what your path is, and you're walking according to your path. And all that junk that's on the side or in your stomach, and there's a stumbling block, it's not for you to get angry and start fighting. That's the old way. No, it's there because it doesn't know any better. It's there because it's in darkness. It's there because it's stumbling and trying to find its way. And perhaps thinking that its way is being hindered by you. And only love can correct it. Only love can correct it. So what I'm coming to you basically saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that when I'm sitting and I'm thinking and I'm researching and I'm seeing how the powers are all over the earth split up in their different divisions and how they manipulate and control themselves over the people, it troubles me so much because I personally thought, and this is just me, I thought when I came and told you that God is real and that God told me in my new seeing and excited me to the degree that I just want to share that with you, that everything belongs to God. Nothing belongs to man. Never did and never truly will. Everything we come up with are games. And they create the results of the games that's being played. And they're not God's game. God's game is beautiful. And so I just thought when I came to tell you that and say that you don't have to worry about what the world been teaching you about, that just focus on your dream. And as you were doing that, constantly speaking out truth beyond the other truth. Truth that does not say you are better. Truth that does not say that because your hands are bigger and because you can manipulate people, put it all in and build your bonds bigger. Nah. This God tells me to tell you if somebody got bigger hands, it's for to help out in those areas where people got small hands so they don't have to suffer. If you got big brains and so smart, it's to do those things that those people with small brains could never do. But they will never be without. Why? Because those of you who got big brains took care of that. You made sure that whatever you did was big enough for all. Now, that just seems to me that the way that a person that's connected to God would be. And so when I come in and tell the people in Minnesota to try to hook me up, write me in as the next senator from the state of Minnesota, going to replace Al Franken, I'm not going there trying to maintain the status quo. I'm going there trying to do the same thing there that I'm trying to do to people here in Minnesota. I'm trying to wake the people up in Minnesota and tell them that they deserve better than what we have. We deserve better than what we have. We got unemployment. We got people who are being killed by cops. Cops don't want to be killing people, but they're scared. That's why they're killing folks. They are scared. And people don't want to be committing crimes, being out there in the streets, doing what they're doing. But they have motivation based upon their individual reasoning. That if things were changed, I guarantee you, not a single one of them would be out there trying to commit crimes. And we got to change. Solutions are not in more cops or longer sentences and bigger prisons. No, my friends. Only thing you're doing is creating an environment to place them because they're going to keep coming as long as you're violating the rules of life. And that's what's actually happening. The rules of life are being violated. And I want the people of Minnesota to take a chance and say, well, we've lived this life. Can it possibly be better? We tried the Republicans and Democrats. We tried Donald Trump. It ain't happening. Let's try God. So I'm not asking you to try me. I'm asking you to try God. And when I say try God, I'm saying that because I want you to know that trying God means allowing potions of God to come into each and every last one of you. A piece, a potion of God to come in each and every last one of you and give you boldness to be free, to recognize who you are. But here's how you can tell if it's on with God. How does it help you when you look at others? Do you still see others as your enemy? Do you still see others as crazy and stupid and a part of the problem? Or do you see others as beautiful people who are still perhaps in darkness, who needs the light of the way, that only people like you can show them? And you can show them because you learned the lesson. You learned the lesson because you stepped into the light. You made the decision. You wanted to. Now, that don't mean you way up in there. You're not. You walking on edge. You're walking on rice paper. Now, so don't get the big-headed. The greatest of this is love. The greatest of this is love. And when I say love, I'm talking about it doesn't matter whether a person gives their life for one person or give their life for the human race. One person or the human race. They're each the greatest lovers on the face of the earth. Remember that. I got to go. I'm gonna let you go now, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.